Protests mar Workers' Day in Nigeria as disenchanted workers take over Abuja. Celebration asking for better welfare packages. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, proposes to push for salary increment for workers, assures on the Parliament's readiness to enact a new wage bill. He says it's now necessary in view of the rising cost of living in the country. That's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Imana Amawe. Remember, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at CTV Politics and also watch us live on Facebook. It's International Workers' Day, and the workers in Nigeria turned out in their large numbers to mark the event. Enthusiastically, the workers seemed to pass on the message that indeed work is not man's punishment, but his reward, his strength and his pleasure, those famous words by Judge Sand. But protests by workers marred the MayDay celebration in Abuja and some other states. The Abuja event was notable as protesting workers refused to listen to the address by the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Senator Chris Ngige. The Workers' Day celebration had started with goodwill messages and an address by the Trade Union Congress leader, which took a twist when the Labour Minister was invited to address the workers. You can see there the protesting workers, the protesting workers actually took to the podium singing solidarity songs and displaying placards calling for an upward review of their salaries. The push for an upward review of the 18,000 naira minimum wage has been on since last year. The federal government had actually set up a committee for the review 2 months ago. Well, let's get talking. Let's get some perspective into the matter. Labour experts actually say that the Eagle Square demonstration is a sign that workers are running out of patience and the government needs to act very quickly. Well, to join me on the conversation tonight is a legal practitioner, Wahab Shitu. Thank you for joining us. We also have the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Teachers in Jerome Ifelodun local government area here in Lagos. He's also the acting secretary of the Social Democratic Movement. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get talking straight up. Mr. Wahab Shitu, the clamor for salary increment is all over the Federation from all the states. It predates the increase of the petrol pump price from 87 naira to 135 to 145 as it obtains today. Why has the federal government taken so long to move towards an increment of salaries?
Well, why the federal government is taking so long? Whatever the reasons for the reluctance of the federal government to meet that demand is not excusable because the plight of the worker is an issue here. And we all know that the Nigerian worker has been sufficiently traumatized for too long. We all know that the Nigerian worker is personally under strangulation for reasons of socio-economic hardships. We also know that the Nigerian worker has made enormous sacrifices over the years, and the laborer is entitled to his wages. Equally, we also know that, even though we know that government is going through a lot of difficulties, particularly this administration, in spite of its good intentions, haven't inherited a lot of debts or rot arising from misgovernance in previous administration. But those are no sufficient excuse. In a democratic project, in a democratic environment, sovereignty lies with the people. And if you look at the workers in terms of numerical strength, in terms of number, they are in the majority.
Okay, but let me ask you. You talked about this particular government. Of course, it's been an issue through several governments, various administrations. In the face of the economic challenges the country is going through, or has gone through, or is going through lately, is this a time where such a move is practicable? Can the federal government shoulder salary increments at this time?
Now, such a move is very, very practicable if you reorder our priorities. You said the country is going through recession, whereas in the midst of this suffering, you see a lot of public office holders not making sacrifices. Both particularly the legislature, there's no way you can justify the humongous amount the average lawmaker is earning, and when compared to the kind of sacrifices the Nigerian worker is making. All we need to do is to readjust or reorder our priorities, focusing essentially on the welfare of the Nigerian worker. Indeed, if you look at the kind of sacrifices, the kind of productivity, the kind of hard work that the average Nigerian worker is putting,